Hi everyone, it's Miss Akvari in the library. I have a book that I wanted to tell you about. It's called Running. It's by the author Natalia Sylvester, and this book fits in really well with what's happening in the news right now. As I'm recording this video, we're about 2 weeks away from the 2020 presidential election, and politics and the race for president has a lot to do with what's covered in the book Running. So in this book, Mariana, or Mari, is our main character, and her father is the son of Cuban refugees. So her grandparents came to America from Cuba many, many years ago. Her father, from a very early age, has been really interested in leadership and running for political office, and he's been doing that kind of her whole life. So he started off in some small offices like city council, those types of things, kind of politics at the local level. And then he went on from there and was a state senator for the state of Florida, which is a very powerful office. So worked in Washington, D.C. And when this book opens, he has recently decided to run for president. And so, as you might imagine, those things have made Mari's life kind of unusual. So she grew up campaigning with her father, so walking through neighborhoods, handing out flyers, talking to people, going to political rallies and events for her father. And now that he's running for president, he asked for her blessing, her permission, kind of talk to her about what all would be involved. But not too surprisingly, it's a little bit more intense than what Mari expected. There are reporters everywhere. People are asking her questions all the time. She's had to do interviews. People are looking at every aspect of her life as well as that of her father and her family. So things like her social media accounts, activities she's in at school, all of that is under a lot of scrutiny. A lot of people looking at that and trying to make conclusions about what her father believes in based on her behavior as well as his own. And that's really, really difficult for her. It's really hard for her to try to have her own life. She's a high school student. She's getting involved in some activities at school. One of them is some protests around the environment. She's very pro environmental issues. And that's causing some friction between her and her father. And so what Mari has to kind of work through is how can she support her dad. She loves her father. She believes in him. She knows he's a good guy. How can she support him while still developing her own thoughts and ideas and beliefs about the big issues? This is kind of interesting to me as a parent as well. I have 3 kids who just voted in our last election. So 4 years ago, none of them were able to vote. But just within the last couple weeks, 3 of our 5 kids have filled out absentee ballots and turned them in. So it's caused for some real interesting discussions as we've kind of talked about things over the last few months as they've been collecting their own information, asking questions, thinking about what sort of traits they want in a political leader. If you're at all interested in politics, if you like real stories that are true to life, this is a fiction story, but the things that Mari is going through is pretty similar to stuff that a lot of us face as we're growing up or as we're trying to resolve conflicts with our family. Running might be a good fit for you.